Avowed, First Impressions and Is It Worth It? Avowed is a first-person fantasy RPG set in the world of Era, where your choices carve a path through war, intrigue, and ancient mysteries. Navigate a land in turmoil, forge powerful alliances or deadly rivalries, and wield magic and steel to shape the fate of the living lands, and your own destiny. So what's Avowed like? Is it good? How good is the combat system, world building, and all-around feel of the game? And most importantly, is it worth it? These are all questions I intend to answer in this video so you can make your own mind up whether this game is worth it. Start of game plus character creation. The game starts with a few cutscenes which really show the beauty of this world and the detailed, breathtaking graphics this game boasts. You're then met with the character creation menu, which is incredibly detailed, with so many different features so you can really make your character your own. You have to select your godlike features, which NPCs in the game will comment on. After you're happy with how your character looks, you need to select their background. You can either pick Arcane Scholar, Core Augur, Noble, Vanguard Scout, or War Hero. Each background will affect your game, how NPCs interact with you, and what responses you will have in conversations. You can then select where you'll spend your attribute points, and this will also affect your character. You gain attribute points as you level up, or if you're not happy with how you've divided your points, you can reset them and respend them at the cost of just a few gold. All in all, it's very detailed and everything you could want from a character creation. Gameplay plus mechanics. Now I'll go over the gameplay and mechanics. This is honestly one of the best games I've had the pleasure of playing in recent years. If you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls series, this game will really resonate with you. It has that same feel. An amazing, immersive open world with what feels like infinite things to do and discover. There are certain things like if you stand and watch NPCs having a private conversation, they will comment on the fact that you're listening in and stop talking. The cities are full of life and random events that will occur all around you. You can follow the main storyline or get yourself immersed into some side quests. Touching on the side quests, even they feel amazing. A simple fetch quest will lead you into the most beautiful places you could imagine, with NPCs having deep lore and interesting backgrounds and stories about how they ended up in certain situations. And there is no shortage of side quests either. They are absolutely everywhere. If you're focusing on the main quest, however, strap in, because it's one hell of a story with deep lore. I won't say too much as not to spoil it for those who haven't experienced it for themselves, but it really is a great story. The combat system is fantastic, with there being so many different options for weapons depending on your playstyle. There are magic wands, spells, swords, axes, guns, shields, and much more, meaning however you prefer to engage in combat, there's a style for everybody. There's also a whole host of different wildlife, creatures, and enemies for you to contend with out there. You can take these on however you like, whether it be a full frontal assault or whether you prefer to engage at a distance and stealthily. The choice is yours. As I touched on at the start, different choices affect how the game plays out, so make sure you think about each decision and how it may affect you later on before coming to a conclusion. There are plenty of chests hidden around with great loot in them, and plenty of merchants to sell said loot too. Even just walking around the city talking with all the NPCs is enjoyable, because they all have their own unique personalities that keep the game fresh. The NPCs will also comment on events that play out in the main story and side quests. So for example, if you kill an assassin who's been plaguing a city, the NPCs will comment on the fact, which makes the world feel even more immersive. There is also a very detailed leveling and perk system which allows you to make your character even more unique. Every time you level up, you will be given a perk point to spend and a point towards your attributes. The perks are quite varied and really detailed, making them essential to continue building your character up through the levels, as enemies get more difficult the further that you progress. You are often joined on your adventures by companions, who not only help you out a lot in battle, but also offer unique voice lines, advice, and commentary depending on your situation or who you're talking to. Your companions also have a leveling and perk system that you can control, meaning the more time you spend with your companions, the more powerful they become with their abilities. The world feels fantastic fantastic and so full of life. I think the developers have really outdone themselves with this game. Overall thoughts. My overall thoughts on this game is that it's incredible. A 10 out of 10 and definitely should be on your wish list if you haven't already purchased this game. I can see myself spending many hours discovering absolutely everything this game has to offer. I will be also streaming it for the next coming weeks, discovering everything there is in this amazing open world, and I would say that quite possibly, even though it's quite early, I think this could be a contender for Game of the Year. So, is it worth it? Without a shadow of a doubt, Avowed is worth it. You could try it for yourself either on Xbox or PC. If you're not too sure whether you want to spend the £60 to buy the full game, you can always check it out on the Xbox Game Pass. I've put a link in the description so you can get it for yourself. Thank you so much to Xbox for sending me a free Game Pass so I could play this game for myself and bring this video to you here today. Make sure that you subscribe to check out more content coming in the future, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. I've been the ProdigyCraft, and peace out.